In 2023, my team and I embarked on an unforgettable road trip from Nairobi, Kenya to Cape Town, South Africa, journeying through 9 countries. Though we had limited time and couldn't explore as deeply as we hoped, that experience left us craving for more. This time, we are back with 6 full weeks to dive deep into 4 incredible countries. Good morning. We are at our camping site. We're somewhere in between the Fish River Canyon. We are still in Namibia and we camped at this place. It's quite a decent place. I showed you yesterday, I gave you a short tour. There's really nothing to see. And today, our final destination, our target destination is Lüderitz, and we'll be passing by a ghost town called Coleman's something, and along the road we'll be seeing a lot of interesting things and we'll be showing you guys. Okay, at least we are hoping you're going to see interesting things. So the only challenge we found about this camping site, I have to tell you, because someone might follow our exact route, so you need to be aware that there is no power source, so we had to charge everything using the car, so have that in mind. But if you have your battery ready, you can charge your stuff with your car. This is a very decent space, and you only pay 200 Namibian dollars or 200 rands per person. Yeah, so let the journey begin. I'm Liv Kenya and I'm traveling with my 2 other friends, Patrick, who's behind the camera, and Hadia there. We've been traveling from Johannesburg. We went to the 5 provinces in South Africa, or is it actually going to 7? Yeah, almost 7 provinces in South Africa. We went to Kingdom of Eswatini, we went to Mozambique, and right now we are in Namibia. We are exploring the southern countries extensively. So if you've not watched the other episodes, please, after watching this video till the end, go back to the other videos and at least catch up so that you can know where we are coming from. You can also go and check out other trips that we've done before, because we do awesome content and we give you all the information you need if you need to replicate this particular any particular trip. So guys, on that note, let the day begin. We've come across some very beautiful horses. It's just amazing that in this dry weather, like in the wilderness, you get this kind of horses. Today, the first thing we see on the road is the dam. It's called Naute Dam. It is known to be the 3rd largest dam around, and we're hoping to be able to see it. Let's see if there is any water. I'm told there's been drought in Namibia for like 8 years with no like proper rain. So we've been trying to access the dam from that road over there. That there is where we passed, but there was no access there. So once you just follow the road, you'll see like a globe somewhere by the road. Once you just climb the hill a little, you'll find the globe, and that is how you get in. We've not been charged even a single cent. It is green. I think probably it has a lot of algae. It's been stagnant for some time, so it has a lot of algae, and a lot of algae means a lot of fish. So you've seen the Naute Dam is, the water has really diminished. There's very little water. I'm assuming that the water is just used for irrigation because there isn't much water to go around. They get the water from it's called the Lowen River. You saw the one that we just crossed. Yes, it is one of the tributaries of the Fish River. Yeah, that is as much information as we know. And I would like to come here when it rains and see just how much water this dam can hold and how beautiful this place should look. Do you know that it's just somewhere within the canyon mountains? This dam should be very scenic. Continue exploring this route as we head towards our final destination. So guys, we're back to the tar road. I was beginning to just love the gravel road. So far, this is all I can tell you guys. I think a small car can do this trip. That is so far from from our experience. That is what we can say so far. Maybe our minds will change when we get somewhere in the course of this trip. But otherwise, we're loving the trip. One thing I love about the tar road is that the speed limits go up to 120. So we can get to wherever we want very fast. That dry river that you see there is the Fish River that goes all the way to the Fish River Canyon. It looks like when it rains, there's usually a lot of water because you've seen how massive that, as compared to the other bridges we've come across, it's one of the biggest bridges we've passed so far in Namibia. So it has to be a very big river when it rains. And then these roads have just been constructed between these tiny, they're called canyon hills or something. Look at the way you just... We are in another district. This is a different district from the Kitmanshu. It's amazing to just drive through this. They're called the Canyon Hills, or I don't know, Canyon Mountains. It's amazing to pass through here. And we've just passed a signpost showing German fortress. So maybe there was a fort somewhere here. So we're getting to this lay-bay to stretch our legs. We've been driving the entire morning. And maybe to just take some refreshments. These are the advantages of the southern countries. When you drive in southern countries, you'll always get lay-bays.
Zinga.
Adia.
Bread and Coke. There's this spread. We are using it wrong, but it's really nice.
I'm having pears and probably a sandwich there.
Not pears or an apple?
Oh, sorry, it's an apple. Yo, with this beautiful view, did we even show you guys? Look at that. That is our view. So using such resources makes me just wonder. Kenya, you mean we cannot just come up with something this simple along the roads, especially the lonely roads and those roads that are used by the long distance travelers or even truck drivers. This is very simple. It should cost very little money. Ama tuta convert yote ikuwe scrap. Like honestly, we can afford this somewhere by the road. You know, when you travel is when you realize the potential that your country has and the things that you can introduce to your country to make it better. Right now we're just making use of resources made by other people, and we're like, we have a lot of resources, we pay a lot of taxes, we have a lot of money in our circulation of our economy to not have such a thing. Such simple things attract tourism. Mama niaje, my friends.
That is true.
Kumaliza mzinga. Kumaliza mzinga. Guys, I think we are done. Mama niaje, we should continue with the journey. Yes, let's go. We are in the Lüderitz district. Yes, so this is the district where we'll be staying at. We are a couple of more than 100 kilometers away, so we've been driving for a long time. You still see these other hills, canyon hills. Let me just call them hills because they're quite short. We thought that we had left them behind, but we still see them. We drive for like maybe 50-40 kilometers where it's just plain and wilderness, and then from nowhere we just see them. We've started experiencing crosswinds. It has been fine, but from here we've started having like the crosswinds. So when you're coming on these sides, please fuel your tank. If you have an extra fuel tank like the jerrycan ones, just fill it with some fuel, because we've not come across any petrol station since the day before yesterday. Since we left Kitmanshu, we've not seen any petrol station. Right now our tank is slightly less than like a few liters less than the half tank. So we are hoping that when we get to Haus, which is the next big town actually, we are hoping that we can get a petrol station and fill our tank. It's very dangerous driving in the wilderness with half tank or even less. It's very dangerous. You can get stuck on the road. So guys, we've seen this rocky hill somewhere in between the canyon hills. It just looks different. It's like there was a plain in between the canyon mountains, and then it just happens to be at the center. Quite hot out there. I'm sure it's more than 35 degrees Celsius. It's very hot. Even when you leave the car, you just feel like you want to go back to the car, but once you get to the shed, it feels better. It's very, very hot. So do not underestimate the heat in Namibia. When you come to Namibia, ensure your air conditioning is working. Otherwise, you're going to suffer. Seen that like it's some sort of plateau with red soil. From the map, it shows that we're already approaching the Namib desert. And we all know Namib Desert is the oldest desert in the world. You must visit when you are in Namibia. It has so many things. The desert itself has so many things that are worth your time and worth your money. So I'm already excited about the desert. So the other day we saw Kalahari Desert. Now we are getting into Namib Desert. Namibia is indeed an arid place. We are getting into Haus. We are technically in Haus, but now we are getting into the town so that we can get some fuel. You'll realize that the type of hills here are very different from the ones we saw back there. Beautiful church. We started seeing this railway back in, I think, in Windhoek. But we've only had, not even seen, we only had it pass by from where we were yesterday at the camp. Now we've been wondering, what is it carrying? Is there like some mining happening or what? It's just interesting to know. We are curious people. There's a hotel here, Bahof Hotel. There's so many tourists. Here diesel is cheaper. Yo. Now our tank is full. We can now drive comfortably. Where? We were scared there for a minute. Eh? But here we've also realized that the diesel is much cheaper than petrol. I think we've seen Haus. We did not expect like it's going to be a big town, because when we were coming we could see like they're different, they name like different places. It looks like it's a town, and then when you get there you just see two houses. So this one is a town, a proper one around this place. The community that live here are called
The Nama.
The Nama.
Nama people, yes.
Yes, the Nama people. Yes. Yes, so let's go.
So we've started noting some animals. We've encountered ostriches, and then here are horses. I don't know if they are wild horses or they belong to someone, but they look kept. They look domesticated. I think some of them have marks on their necks, so they might actually belong to someone.
We are officially in Namib Desert. Yay!
So that abandoned house you just seen, it's like the only house within miles and miles. It's Garup station. I think it used to be, because it's just next to the train track, it used to be a station back then. I don't know when it was abandoned. I do not have history of that information, but yeah, just the name.
That is the power of the sand dunes. They can convert a village into debris. there's an airport there. It's called Lüderitz Airport. There's a lot of sand dunes on both sides of the road, and the wind is just blowing the sand across the entire road. So I imagine that there's a time maybe the sand could be, there could be plenty of sand on the tarmac road. But we've seen a lot of, we call them excavators, the machineries that remove the sand from the road. We've seen them, and they are clearly maintaining the road to ensure that everything is safe. We've taken a branch to get to Kolmanskop. It is the dead town that was, okay, it was a dead town that it used to be like a mining town. They used to mine some stuff, and then the moment the minerals ran out, I don't know, they got minerals elsewhere, the people just left, and the entire town is covered by sand. So we are heading towards the town so that we can get more information on how we are going to get in here. We've been looking online, and everyone just says that they came here. Nobody is mentioning the fact that you need to come and pay. Okay, let's get in. Guys, we've gotten some information there. Getting in is not free. You will be charged if you come between 9:30 and 11:30. You'll pay 150 Namibian dollars. So they only go for 2 trips. The first trip starts at 9:30, and the second one begins at 11 a.m. So right now we are going to Lüderitz. Yes, it's the nearest town where we are going to keep up there, find accommodation, maybe do 1 or 2 things, and then in the morning we'll be back to the village. On my map it's saying 18 kilometers, but we saw it was almost 10 kilometers from here. So we'll just drive.
Lüderitz is a coastal gem in southern Namibia that is located between the wild Atlantic Ocean and the vast Namib Desert. It was established in 1883 by a German trader named Adolf Lüderitz. The discovery of diamonds in the area in the early 1900s amassed wealth that transformed the region, funding grand buildings, European-style homes, and the now famous nearby ghost town of Kolmanskop. However, as the diamond rush faded, so did the town's fortunes. Growth slowed, and Lüderitz remained largely untouched by modern development, preserving its colonial charm and giving it a unique, almost time-locked atmosphere. The newly opened Lüderitz Maritime Museum is a vibrant addition to the town's cultural landscape. It offers a detailed and interactive exploration of Namibia's coastal heritage. Inside, visitors can discover a variety of engaging exhibits that range from traditional fishing tools, early navigation instruments, to shipwreck artifacts recovered from the treacherous Skeleton Coast. The museum offers a thoughtful, family-friendly experience that connects the town's past to its promising maritime future.
Guys, we're in Lüderitz, and it's a historical town in Namibia.
These are the painted ladies of Lüderitz.
Oh, the painted ladies of Lüderitz. That one is from 1911. This one is 1909. The next one is from 1909. The orange one is 1909. Early. Then the next one is, no dates, but they're the so-called the painted ladies.
The blue one was the house of the first mayor.
2000.
But the blue one was the house of the first mayor of Lüderitz. This one.
So this one was the house of the first mayor.
Yes.
Okay.
That church is called the Lüderitz Sheep.
Let's go and pray. It looks like it's even open. And we love churches, don't we? As Lüderitz, it's by the sea. You see? So this is called Lüderitz Shield. It's the church. Let's hope we'll get an opportunity to get in. It's a masterpiece. Look at the windows. They look so real.
Today, Lüderitz is experiencing a quiet revival. With new investments in marine industries, renewable energy, and tourism, the town is finding a sustainable path forward. Visitors can come for its beauty, fresh seafood, and rich history, all wrapped in a setting that feels both surreal and unforgettable.
That church is called Felsenkirche or something, which translates to Church of the Rock. I think that is a German word, which translates to Church of the Rock. It was designed and built by Albert Baus from the German Evangelistic Lutheran Congregation of Lüderitz in 1911 to 1912. It's that old. So the side windows, you saw how beautiful the side windows are. Masterpiece. It feels like you're seeing real people. Yeah? The side windows were donated by members of the aristocracy in Germany, while the altar window was a gift from German Empire. This church was proclaimed a national monument in 1978. It is in a very strategic place next to the ocean. I think this is some sort of lagoon. Yes, it's next to the ocean, and it is almost the highest point of the entire town. From here you can see the entire Lüderitz. You see, now we've gotten some history about this place. Churches and worship places usually have some history. So let's go to other places. Apparently in this town there is a place where there is a lighthouse and the Dyer's Cross. You remember the explorer? Yes, the Dyer's Cross is also here. So this is a very historical town and a very significant one in history of Namibia. So let's keep exploring as we try to find a place to camp for the day. There are plenty of historical houses here. Many of them are from early 1900s, including this one. Then this one is Namibia University of Science and Technology, right at the beach. It's very close to Namibia police, so we won't show you the police. So this is the waterfront next to the power station, and then this is the Namibia Marine Museum. It is very new. It was launched in 2024 in September, so it is still very new. But if you want to know the entire history about this place, this is the place to be. Lüderitz Museum. Lüderitz Museum opens at 3 p.m. and it closes at 5 p.m. So it's open for only 2 hours. Remember that if you'd like to visit the museum. Right now it's 6:18 and everywhere, like all shops are closed. We were just lucky that we managed to get into a supermarket to buy a few things before it was totally closed down. Yeah, this building is from 1906. So most buildings here are very old, but they have been repurposed, they have been refurbished, and now they look better. So guys, we are going to our apartment. Oh sorry, we are going to our campsite. Oh my god, I'm used to the apartments. I forgot that you are camping. It is somewhere called Shark Island.
Yeah, we're approaching it actually.
We will be somewhere next to the ocean, next to that lighthouse. Look at that lighthouse. Beautiful. So welcome to Shark Island. Take note that this is a heritage site. So guys, we just arrived at our camping site.
It's the Shark Island camping site.
So this is a historical place.
Yes.
And it is also a tourist attraction. Maybe next year, you never know, you might not have this again.
Yes.
So this is where we'll be grilling, or this is where we'll be making our fire. Hopefully making or cooking here. Are you going to grill something, Adi? You never know.
The mesh is quite rusty. We did carry some foil. We actually forgot to carry foil.
Yo.
We'll try to buy that.
So this is our table. And dustbin. Another table. We'll just put our camping chair here. It will be like our dining area. And then this is some source of light, tap, and electricity. The bathroom is very decent, very neat. Now, you're wondering why we are in such a place that looks like a cave.
To hide from the cold, from the wind. They're actually very strong winds. The open sea is just right here behind us. So we try to find a place that we are a bit, what is the word for it? Protected from the wind by these big rocks.
We could have camped elsewhere, but we just wanted, because it is a historical place, we were like, and we know that maybe next year this place won't be allowed, people won't be allowed here for camping. We were like, we just need to do this. We just need to do this before it gets closed down. Look, even Patrick is in a sweater. It's so cold. Vegetable ready. Chicken defrost. Already defrosted the chicken. Now I'm just preparing the tomatoes and then we'll start cooking. Meanwhile, we've already made coffee. We're taking some coffee because it's cold. So we're taking some coffee as we cook. There's some fire there. And then there is our home. Welcome to the wilderness, where we cook
Very balanced meals.
Doesn't this look delicious? And then our fire is just there. Somewhere under the rock. We are literally under the rock in a historical site. Look at the city behind us. What else could you ask for? Good moments and nice stories. We met some South Africans. They're right behind us. They are from Nice-na. And then we were like, we love your town. We just started storytelling. You know, not everyone is comfortable in the camera, so don't tell me that you should have recorded. Even if I would have recorded, I wouldn't put it out there because they're not comfortable being on camera. And then they were like, I see very few other Africans traveling and doing a lot of camping. And then we told them, you know, in Africa, camping is like almost our daily life. So when you travel, you want some little luxury. But honestly, guys, camping is not that bad. As long as you're well equipped, you have everything. You saw, I showed you guys whatever is in our car. If you can just get a few of those, you'll survive. Literally, you'll survive. Tomorrow I'll go back to, it's called Colsman. The ghost town. Yes. So stay tuned because in the next episode you'll be seeing all that. So far, if you like what you've seen, please like the video and follow for the next episodes. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so that whenever we post any video, you'll just be notified and will come and watch. Always be at the, if you can manage, always be at the premiere ground. You're always there chatting live. Any questions you get answered immediately and all that. So until the next episode, guys, good night.